Do you think Christian nationalism is a threat to democracy, and why or why not? It's a threat in the exact same way any religious nationalism would be. They're theocrats, so by definition they don't want a democracy. Democracy is founded on the principles of equality, inclusiveness, and the protection of individual rights. Any ideology or movement that seeks to undermine these principles, or promote discrimination or exclusion, can be considered a threat to democracy. It is up to individuals and society as a whole to critically evaluate and challenge ideologies and movements that may be harmful or contrary to the principles of democracy. Yes, democratic ideals and their goals cannot coexist. They want a theocracy, where their interpretation of the Bible is what determines law, rather than what is more appealing to the population. They're a threat to democracy, to the nation, and to human rights. What controversial opinion do you hold? That really isn't a big deal, but people get mad or think you're crazy. Cashiers should able to sit down and listen to music and hunt some customers for sport, if they so choose. No, I'm not a cashier. Everyone has gas and will burp and fart. No idea why people are convinced otherwise. That wanting to be left alone is as valid as wanting to socialize. Sick of people close to me making plans when my plan was to be alone and decompress. I don't care if socks match. I'm 75 in the camp that we should do away with daylight savings. So not passionately committed, but I find it annoying. I told my husband this and you'd think I told him I thought the earth was flat with how incredulous mad condescending he was about it. What food do you think is overrated? I kinda hate huge burgers that you can't eat without everything falling on you or the plate. Like it's not a burger if you have to eat it with a knife and fork. Anything that resembles any of the output of this random foodie hipster bar menu generator. Gold flaking is kind of dumb. It doesn't really add anything other than an unnecessary garnish. Fondant looks very nice if done correctly, tastes horrible. This conversation is making me hungry. Supposedly it's great and everybody eats it. I could never get behind it though. Anyone else hate showering? You like being clean, you like the feeling after the shower, but you hate having to have the shower to get clean? First I hate having to get into the shower. Then I hate having to come out of the shower, embarrassed smiley face. On the contrary, I look forward to the shower experience. Showering is soothing and refreshing, never draining. I don't mind showering, I just hate having to get undressed and naked. Struggling to raise the effort to wash can be a sign of depression. I hate using the bathroom after I feel dirty again. Smiley face. Showers are the best thing ever invented. What do you mean? Yes, I can relate to this. Taking a shower feels like just another thing in a long list of tasks I have that day. Yes. Solution: bath time. Most Reddit question ever. No, I love standing in warm water. Nah, that shit feels good. What did school try to teach you that was obviously false? I had more than one teacher argue with me about the spelling of my name. I drew a picture of a butterfly in preschool and got in trouble for arguing with my teacher because she said butterflies don't have legs, so my picture wasn't accurate. Saying no to bullies will stop them. Doctor in street addresses was pronounced doctor, not drive. That your permanent record would follow you throughout your career. Scaring kids into being good by saying you'll never get a decent job if you don't try hard in school and behave yourself. Some of the biggest dickheads in school ended up with great careers because A, nobody cares about your grades, and B, shit floats. College was necessary if you wanted a good paying job, doesn't matter the degree. Should religious institutions be taxed? Why or why not? They should have the same rules as everything else. If they can prove they're charitable and not for profit, they should be exempt from tax. If they can't prove that, or they refuse to, they should be taxed. Religious institutions should follow the same rules as anyone else. Prove your non-profit status, get out of taxes. That's simple. They can keep their tax-free status, but they can't be unaccountable black boxes. Their finances need to be public like secular non-profits. And they need to prove some minimum percentage of their budget goes to actually philanthropic activities. I'd think something around 20. If they don't or won't meet those requirements, they pay taxes just like every other for-profit endeavor. Once they get political, they should be taxed. Yes. A huge number of them are run as money-making businesses, and should be taxed as such. What is okay to be addicted to? You know what they say about too much of a good thing, right? There are no good addictions, just good habits. Imagine being addicted to exercise. If you couldn't, for whatever reason, exercise, you'd go into withdrawal in a day or two and be miserable. If you were addicted to other people's happiness, you would prioritize that so far above your own that you would once again be miserable. Habits, on the other hand, are powerfully beneficial when they are positive. Definitely not MTG, bass, life, music, breathing. Not trying to be a buzzkill, but nothing is okay to be addicted to technically. Addiction by definition is a bad thing. Robert Palmer told me love, cuddles, water, being a good person. I'm addicted to breathing. If I stop for even half a minute my body is affected. Hugs. And serial killing. What are some places where no children should be allowed? Reddit. The apartment above mine. Beauty pageants, strip clubs, child-free weddings, R-rated late movies on school nights, gambling establishments. Social media. Most of the internet. Strip club. On Levance. A white van. War. Instagram and TikTok. The Duggars family home. My basement. Alone in a room getting special attention from a priest, a coach, teachers, or any person you even vaguely suspect may be a sexual predator. Thank you. Love, someone who was allowed in those rooms. Recently took my kid to Vegas because I have family that live nearby. We all took our kids to the strip because there's a bunch of family-friendly activities there now. My daughter kept pointing out all the smokers and drinking and half-naked showgirls, and I thought, no, I'm the asshole. This is supposed to be the place for adults to come and have fun. A rave. Social media. The USA is allowed to adopt one full country as its 51st state. Which country and why? England, to make it full circle. The other country, am I being kidnapped? Chad, because its name is Chad. China, then things will be made in the USA again. Mexico, so the wall will become shorter, thus more affordable to build. Georgia, just so the rest of the world can stop having to explain to Americans that it's a country too. Now the Americans can just bicker amongst themselves over which state of Georgia they mean. Liberia for ironic purposes. Cuba. Finally secure the Gulf of Mexico and Panama Canal. Afghanistan. You broke it, you buy it, just make Puerto Rico a fucking state and call it a day, man. Taiwan, just to make Xi Jinping shit blood on his birthday. Russia. Can't have threat of total atomic annihilation if there's no more Cold War beef. Aliens are here, they ask for the best song we got or we die. What song do we give them? I vote we rickroll them. The Chaconne Partita No. 2 in D minor, BWV 1004, by Johann Sebastian Bach. X200B bonus point. It gives us about 15 minutes to find an escape plan. Show me what you got. Tribute by Tenacious D. The song that never ends. They will just fly away screaming Louie Louie. By the time they figure out those lyrics, we're all hiding in a different dimension. Mr. Blue Sky, scientifically the happiest song ever made. Beethoven's Ninth, Ode to Joy. Jolene. They'd be confused but in a good way. Ode to Joy. I'm Blue by Eiffel 65. I have no reason why, but I think it'd work. They'd probably enjoy some Daft Punk. Sandstorm. Get Swifty. It's worked in this scenario before. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. What is a real-life example of this? The introduction of kudzu for erosion control. It has become invasive and girdles and kills plant life above ground without establishing proper roots, therefore causing soil erosion. Haiti did not have cholera. A disastrous earthquake hit Haiti in 2010. After the earthquake, humanitarian forces from the UN arrived to help, and the Nepalese contingent reintroduced cholera to Haiti. This epidemic has since infected approximately 850,000 people and killed over 10,000. Trying to rescue too many cats. The introduction of non-native species as a means of solving an environmental problem. Serious. What are some signs you can tell from early on that someone who appears to be friendly and polite is actually a bad person? A nice person would never have to reassure someone that they're nice. They take pity on you, or treat your struggles like a spectacle. It's superiority disguised as empathy. Some signs that someone who appears to be friendly and polite is actually a bad person are they tend to be manipulative and use flattery to get what they want from others. They can be two-faced, saying one thing to your face and then something different behind your back. They gossip and spread rumors about others. They are often jealous of others and try to put them down. They can be controlling and demanding, expecting others to always agree with them. When there's a problem, they don't look for process solutions. They only search for who to blame. What could you do with $8, instead of wasting it on a blue mark? Buy kebab. I could buy a box of breakfast cereal once a month. Buy 6 items our Dollar Tree. My 6 items: 1 vitamin water, 1 bag of peanut butter filled pretzels, 1 box of tissues, 1 disinfectant cleaner, hand soap, one of those pens that writes in 4 different colors, but a new battery for the smoke detector and of change left for a chocolate bar. Edit. Please use this as your reminder to check your smoke detectors and make sure they are functioning properly. Take a friend to coffee. More value in that. Wait, and buy Twitter. Buy myself a large iced mocha instead of a medium. Toss in an extra $1 and buy 2 6-packs of Klondike bars at the grocery store. Buy a coffee in Sydney. I could buy 2 bottles of wine from Aldi. A bag of rice will feed a family of 6 for quite a while. If there's an American dream, what's the American nightmare? The American dream is the pre-order. The American nightmare is the product on launch day. Cody Rhodes. An accident or disease you can't afford the medical care for. That can amount to a lifetime of debt and financial ruin. Drowning in debt and unable to afford needed medical care. Earn too much for public assistance but not enough to pay your bills. Edit. Fix typo. The nightmare is 75% of the American population is one accident, illness, or job loss away from complete economic collapse. It's called the American dream because you have to be asleep to believe it. George Carlin. When you wake up and go to work for just enough money to pay your bills with little to nothing left and you realize you have to do this until you die. What are unsuccessful people doing wrong? One huge factor that I've noticed is delayed gratification. The successful people I know are totally fine doing something that sucks right now that will be good for them later, like exercise consistently or actually finish school, while others won't do it because it sucks. Networking. My biggest piece of advice for anyone is to network and burn as few bridges as possible. How they treat failure. I've watched friends hit a small bump in the road that successful people might not even notice, or just treat as a necessary part of getting where they are trying to be. But those friends treat this as a complete failure, and immediately drop it, and move on to something else or nothing at all. After a bunch of these, they become bitter and view the world as against them, not realizing that many other people hit the same challenges but just worked through them. Speaking from experience, everything. What covered song is better than the original? Black Magic Woman by Santana, original Fleetwood Mac, and just about anything sung by Joe Cocker. Bitches Ain't Shit by Ben Folds. Tainted Love, Soft Cell. Wild Horses by the Sundays. Jeff Buckley's version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. Cohen is a great poet, but Buckley was the better singer. Hurt. Trent Reznor himself said it's not his song anymore. Wild as the Wind, David Bowie, the man who sold the world. Nirvana, most covers by Thomas LaCroix. Istanbul, not Constantinople, they might be giants. Respect. Aretha Franklin, The Green Monalishi by Judas Priest. House of the Rising Sun, The Animals. All Along the Watchtower. The He-Man cover of Three Non-Blondes, What's Going On. Pearl Jam's cover of Last Kiss. Eddie's voice brings so much real emotion. I can't listen to this song without tearing up. Shrek 2's Holding Out for a Hero. What are some red flags in an interview that reveals the job is toxic? When I mentioned a company's dismal Glassdoor evaluations, they became so enraged that they ended the interview. Well, I suppose I escaped that danger. An interviewer tried to convince me to lowball myself after I said what I'd accept as a minimum salary, which was in their offer range from the posting. If we pay you more, you wouldn't get a bonus at the end of the year, and you'd be really upset when everyone else got one. What he was able to offer salary-wise was $10,000 below their posted range. We'll start you at minimum and re-evaluate in a month. This actually happened to me. Interviewer: do you have any questions for us? Me: what is a challenge this department has recently faced? Interviewer: job security. The interviewer keeps telling you how fortunate you are to be there, like they are doing you a favor by giving you the job. Forget $1 billion, it's ridiculous. How would your life be changed by winning $20,000? I have $54,000 left on my mortgage. No other debt. Don't need a car. So almost no change. It wouldn't change. It'd literally be out of debt for the first time in my entire adult life. Embarrassed smiley face. I would lose my disability and be more fucked than helped. Honestly, I'd be able to get the medical treatment and dental work I've been avoiding. I'd probably a lot happier being able to chew more things. It would help immensely. I'm living paycheck to paycheck with $12 in savings. I get by. But the fear of an unforeseen expense is crippling at times. Ooh, I'm going to get fancy shingles on my new roof instead of basic. I'd suck dick behind a 7-Eleven dumpster for $20K right now. I'd get a PS5, and then I'd be a person who has a PS5. Do you think female hygiene products should be free or at least more affordable? Why or why not? They are absurdly expensive. They have increased 500 in the past 10 years. They're free in Scotland. They should be tax-free. They should be like toilet paper, freely available in any public restroom, including places like schools, office buildings, bars, etc. Owner must provide just like toilet paper. But yeah, if you go to the store and buy a box, there's a cost. Should be kept as low as possible because this is a necessity, not a luxury item. They should be free in public bathrooms like toilet paper and paper towels are. Why can't they be free but with ads on them? I grew up as the eldest daughter of a single father. I wish at least they would be free at public schools. I remember saving my birthday money and making the long trek to the local pharmacy by bike because I didn't know how to ask for them. People who are against the legalization of weed, why? Question for those who think weed should be illegal. All these comments: I think it should be legal, but you're asking the wrong echo chamber, my man. Smoking weed illegally just feels better, you know. I smoke a lot of pot, but I do worry they are trying to make us all stupid. Let's all be honest, pot doesn't make you smarter, it makes you think you're smarter while you're actually slowly getting dumber. I mean, it's okay if I'm dumb, but who the fuck is gonna take care of me if you all stupid?